Hey Instagram, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're super pumped to show you how to make the best yam fries ever, I think. So it's a tag team effort. So I'm the season them and then we'll get them in the air fryer. So I come in the second half, but Patrick is the one who cuts them perfectly. Y'all send me DMs all the time like, how'd you get them done so perfect? Patrick's gonna show you how.
All right, so let's start. So as you can see, I've already prepped these sweet potatoes. I just gave them a rough scrub under some hot water to get them nice and clean. And we're gonna start out by trimming off the ends. So I don't know if you guys do this, but I think they get a little bit fibrous at the ends. There's the growing end and then there's the root end. So I just give those a chop and those come right off. All right, so the most important part of a perfect yam fry is that perfectly small and uniform shoestring shape. So you're gonna first cut the potato in half. And what that's gonna do is give you a nice flat surface that you can lay face down so that you can make your initial strips. Let's move in for a closer look. So now that we've got that nice flat chopping surface, we're gonna cut the potatoes into strips. It tends to be a little bit helpful if you kind of start with the knife tip down. You're gonna cut through the potato, and as your knife hits the chopping board, you can then kind of drag the knife through it, and that's gonna create that nice even chop. And you just chop through them all like that. And you're creating these potato discs. You're gonna go right through the entire potato. And then after that, I usually grab a few at a time. So I just kind of grab a little pile and I line them all up. And then I'm gonna cross cut them, and that's gonna create those shoestrings, just like that.
Yum. And that's it. All right, now it's time to season them up. So we've got a couple of our favorites. We've got cinnamon, garlic, salt, and pepper. Those are always the standard go-tos. So cinnamon, believe it or not, helps bring out the sweetness.
So good.
It's so good. You wouldn't think so, but I use the cinnamon a lot. That's why they look darker when I post them, our meal photos. I do cinnamon, garlic as a solid base. Use some tongs to flip it all around.
How do you get the seasonings to stay on the fries, love?
Yep, that's the secret sauce. So we use our little, reusable. I keep him around to pump it up because sometimes it takes some muscle. So give it a good spray.
Okay, so what kind of oil are you using there?
It's mostly olive oil. I might have put a little bit of ghee in there. Which one's a bad idea? Probably should be liquid. So that happened.
Looks like it's working
So
fine.
here's some salt. Here's some pepper. So what I do is I take turns. So I'll do salt and pepper, and then I'll mix it around. There's a lot in here. You want to make sure that the season's all over them. And then the next one I'll do, gonna be the garlic and the cinnamon.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yep.
Get them all nice and coated.
And I busted out another seasoning I wanted to add tonight. This one's pretty good.
So we get this right off the like Hispanic food aisle, and it's a chili and lime mix.
Mm-hmm. See, yum.
It's really yummy.
Yeah, so we still can barely smell or taste. We got diagnosed with COVID, what was that, November 6th?
The 6th of November.
Yeah, so day of recording this is December 17th, and we can still barely smell or taste. So we're figuring it out. All right, so we're gonna continue doing that. Then they're ready for the air fryer. All right, time to put them in the air fryer. So this is gonna vary depending on what kind you've had. We've had 3 different kinds. So it took me a couple tries to figure it out, no joke. So, you know, they can't be too thick of a layer of the fries. So I don't know about this technique, but I don't think that part really matters. But I just spread them out, try to be pretty even amongst the trays. We'll see how that goes.
Okay guys, so if we're gonna make the COVID-friendly yam fries, we need to have the perfect sauce to go with them. So when we say COVID-friendly, what we're saying is you've probably lost a little bit of your sense of smell, but hopefully you've still got your taste, and then of course you can feel texture. So the yam fries are great because they still got that salty They got the crunch and a little bit of softness in the center. And then you can also still probably feel the sensation of heat for like spicy heat. So along with that, we're gonna add a nice sour, salty, smooth sauce, and that will get you a lot more of those textures and tastes to enhance the quality of your meal, even if you're missing some of your smell. So what we're gonna make is kind of a, I don't know what you want to call it, maybe kind of like a aioli or an avocado sauce. So our base is going to be this Faye Greek yogurt. So for your gym bros and ladies out there, this is going to be really high in protein. So it makes a great base in substitute for sour cream or mayonnaise. Need a spoon. So I'm just going to put a couple big spoonfuls of that in the bowl. Next, we're going to add the avocado. So I'm going to add about 1/2 of an avocado. So of course we do the circle cut first. You love that spin. Lucky half. This one looks pretty good. So I always just kind of chop through it like this. It helps get it out of there. A couple of long cuts, and then I trace around just underneath the skin. And that's going to help the flesh of the avocado pop loose. All right, time to go. All right, now that that's in, the next thing we're gonna add is some lime juice to make sure that it doesn't turn brown on us. So to make sure that the juice of your lime can come out easily, you gotta roll it under your hands. You put a firm pressure and just roll back and forth, and that's gonna break all of those little juice pockets inside of the lime.
That's the scientific name.
Yep. Okay, so now that it's all nice and gooey on the inside, you can feel it. We're gonna also use the zest of the lime. So if you're gonna use a citrus, always use the juice and the zest, and that's gonna enhance your flavors. So I'm gonna use my grater, and I'm just gonna grate the zest right over our bowl here. And my smell is coming back a little bit. I can smell that really nice lime smell.
I can't smell.
Oh, sorry, love.
Used
All right,
to
I think
it.
that's enough.
Yum.
Okay, so now we're gonna cut it in half. I don't think we have any seeds, but a good best practice for this is you kind of keep it face up when you squeeze, and if there were any seeds, that'll keep them from coming out while you're squeezing over the bowl to get all that delicious sour lime juice in there. That's gonna both give you that nice sour taste, and it's also gonna keep your sauce from turning brown. And half number 2. All right, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my hands real quick. All right, next we need to add a little bit of garlic. So we're gonna grab some fresh garlic. I think I'm gonna put just 1 clove of garlic in there today. So the best way to get this pesky garlic clove out of the husk is to use the flat side of your knife and just give it a little smash. Once you smash it, the peeling comes right off. From there, I'm gonna chop a little kind of that end, the root end off, and I'm gonna discard that, and then I'm gonna give it a quick chop. All right, so we're gonna start with salt. We're gonna add a nice, healthy bit of salt in there. That's gonna balance the flavor. And then, as always, some fresh cracked black pepper. We're gonna add some cumin to give it a nice smoky Southwest taste. And then my favorite spicy addition is a little bit of cayenne pepper to give it a little kick. That'll actually get melted out quite a bit by the Greek yogurt. And We have the fresh garlic, but we're going to also add just a tiny bit of granulated garlic.